Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about swarming, but before we got into the swarming itself, let's talk about something that team members tend to do, unfortunately. Team members usually try to improve output by getting each person in the team to work in one item at any given time. The problem with that is you're going to create bottlenecks elsewhere. That, by the way, is called local optimization. Now, here's the thing. You can make it a lot worse. You can make it very, very much worse. And that's when we start doing this thing that a lot of people claim to do. It's called multitasking. At best, we do this thing called time slicing, meaning we move back and forth between tasks. Well, the problem with that is called context switching. And every time you're doing context switching, things get worse and worse and worse. As a matter of fact, Jerry Weinberg wrote a book about quality software management in 1992, I believe it's still in print, where he shows in multiple studies, multiple charts, that multitasking actually delays getting things done because of the context switching. Now, it's even worse than that. In 2007, in the Agile conference, there was a presentation, and I'm gonna quote from the presentation. Multitasking makes you stupid and slow, while increasing stress and accelerating aging. Their words, based on several studies. So, multitasking doesn't work and is really bad for you, for your team, and for the business. So every time somebody says, well, we need to work on separate items instead of working together because we are afraid of stepping on each other's toes, that right there is a symptom of a dysfunctional team or inexperienced team with very poor processes and very poor practices. So question that you're asking next is, okay, so how do we do the swarming thing? Simple way to do it, and you should experiment and figure out which way works best, but the simplest way to do is pick up the topmost backlog items that you have in there. Half of the team works on the topmost, the other half works on the second one. And you're going to notice that you get things done really quick because there's a lot of people in there. And you stop a lot of the handouts like, hey, I'm done with this, can you do the other thing, right? No, you are communicating constantly doing that. If you think this is too much, start with pairs. Start with a pair of people working on one item, and then you evolve to half of the team, or even the whole team, depending on the size of the item and depending on your processes and practices. One final thought. Swarming is one way of working. It's not the only way of working. There are several advantages to use swarming, but you're not going to use it for something like, hey, I need to fix a typo on a web page. One person can do that very quickly, right? So think about this. It's a great way of working. It's not the only way of working. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.